understanding the emotions around change. Again, you know this. But usually when change happens, the first place we go to is a place of denial. It depends on the severity of the change, but we usually don't believe it in the beginning. Now, denial can last anything from 3 seconds to a lifetime. Some people spend their lives in denial of certain changes. They just simply don't believe it, and so they just carry on regardless. You know, there is to this day a membership that people belong to, the Flat Earth Society. They have a membership to the Flat Earth Society. I mean, that's despite all evidence to the contrary. That's what they saw. So you can see how they are in a little bit of denial. I must say, when I'm driving, the Earth also looks quite flat to me, but I've seen enough discovery programs to realize that it's not. So we must understand what we go through and what other people go through when a change is announced. Now, imagine for a second we're all working for the same company, and our head office is here in Pretoria. Now, I walk in one day and I say to you guys, we're all moving to Bloemfontein. And I give you a wonderful speech. I am impressive, I am passionate, I'm doing all the wonderful leadership things. At the end of this announcement, I say to you, have any questions? Nobody has any questions, they don't even believe it yet. But we think we have spoken people, we've managed them, we've led them through change. I walk out of here, I think, oh, I'm so good. I'm the world's best change manager. No, I'm not. So with this process as well, if you have to take other people through change, don't think when you ask them if they have questions and they don't, that they are necessarily moving to Bloemfontein. So the denial phrase says, I'm sure she's just ashamed, it's Friday. I'm sure she'll change her mind on Monday. No, that's denial. Denial says, Bloemfontein. We can't go to Bloemfontein. What can I say here? We'll never go to Bloemfontein. You see, that's denial. The next step in terms of change is anger. Now, people unfortunately do not go immediately from denial and then play a little bit with anger and then move on. Ooh, it's messy. They go from denial to anger, and then they go back to denial again, and then they're angry again. Because anger says, but I've just bought a house here. Anger says, but my kids have got such good schools. I don't want to go to Bloemfontein, there's nothing there. You know, I don't even like the Cheetos rugby team. And many other reasons that can make you angry. You must also remember that we are herd animals. We like to be together. So if I'm in denial, I'm going to try and get everyone else that is already in anger back to denial. Because I don't want to be alone in denial, do I? And so this is what happens emotionally. You know, this is when people start having gossiping sessions at work. And you see little clusters around the water cooler and lots of yabby going on. It's what happens here. Now, this is also good to know because we often make changes in our home lives. And so we, you know, as much as we can use this at work, we can also use it in our personal lives. The next thing that happens in terms of change is that we get to what we call acceptance. So I walk down the corridor, I go, you know we're going to go to Bloemfontein. She goes, yes, boss. I go, wow. It doesn't mean she's going with me. It only means she has accepted the fact that we're going to. And it's not enough. You need to get people past acceptance to what we call exploration. Exploration just says that people are willing to start looking at what can be good about Bloemfontein. Because then I start creating a vision for you. Then you start saying, no, I've just bought a house here, but at least the crime's not as high.
Let's consider the option.
Let's consider it. And you start, that's exactly it. So I'm now getting you to a point where you're considering the future. And that's what you must aim for when you're managing people through change. And that goes back again to why you have to have a vision. Because your exploration is linked to your vision. That will say to people, I know it's going to be painful, I know you're going to have to give this up, I know this, but imagine if we go